Have you ever caught yourself doing something ridiculous, like panicking because someone left you on red for 10 minutes,
Ugh, why won't Ron text me back?
or feeling like you have to earn your right to relax by completing 27 impossible tasks?
Oh, forget it. I gotta do everything myself.
Well, buckle up, because today we are diving into why we are the way we are, courtesy of Dr. Gordon Neufeld and his 4 non-negotiable needs for children, as highlighted in Gabor, The Birth of Normal. And no, this is not a blame your parents party. We are here to understand, not point fingers.
You're pointing fingers.
No.
Before we dive in, let's talk about the brains behind these ideas. Dr. Gordon Neufeld is a developmental psychologist who spent decades studying child attachment, emotional development, and what makes kids turn fully into functioning adults instead of anxious, approval seeking caffeine addicts. Me. Then there is Gabor Mate, a physician and a trauma expert who spent years exposing how early childhood experiences shape adult health, addiction, and mental well being. If you ever wonder why your coping mechanism involved binge watching shows instead of processing emotions, then these two have some answers for you. Together, they've highlighted how unmet childhood needs don't just disappear, they show up later in life in ways that are, let's say, less than ideal. So let's break it down. And maybe, just maybe, we can all start passing our unresolved baggage on to the next generation. Let's put you guys on some imagery exercise. I'm gonna show up some text and you're gonna make a vivid image of it in your head. First up, we have attachment relationship. Humans are like Wi Fi routers. If a kid doesn't feel securely connected to their caregivers, the signal gets all wonky and their emotional development starts buffering. Think about it. A baby doesn't care if you're a millionaire or if you can recite Shakespeare backwards. They just need to know, hey, does someone have my back? If kids don't get that deep sense of contact and connection and security, they grow up acting like those people who text the letter K and then wonder why their relationships are all falling apart. An adult version of that example would be over apologizing for everything, feeling like the need for constant validation from everyone, and even apologizing for just existing and being yourself.
Hooray! People are paying attention to me!
How about you try this one? Next, we have attachment security. This is the part where kids should feel like they can just be without performing, without earning love like they are in some sort of emotional hunger games. Ever met someone who works 8 hours a week, still feels like they're not enough, won't take a nap unless they solved world hunger first? Yeah, that's what happens when attachment security goes MIA. Kids who grow up constantly seeking approval carry that energy into adulthood, where they apologize for sneezing too loudly or they think they need permission to eat lunch. An example of this in an adult version would be an overachiever who still hears their parents' voice in their head every time they take rest, saying, "You call that being productive?" And this keeps echoing in their head forever.
See? It's all in your head.
How about you guys try this one? Oh boy, this one's a classic. Permission to feel, also known as letting your kids actually experience emotions instead of treating sadness like a error message that needs fixing. Raise your hands up if you were ever told, "Stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about." Yep, turns out shutting down emotions doesn't really make them go away. It just makes adults who either explode at minor inconveniences or emotionally ghost themselves. If a kid learns that sadness, anger, or pain isn't allowed, they grow into adults who need Google Maps just to figure out what they are feeling.
Google Maps, nice.
And last but not least, we have free play. This is one of the MVP of childhood needs. Why? Because unstructured play helps kids develop creativity, emotional resilience, and a personality. But somewhere along the way, society said, you know what's better than playing? Structured achievement. So now we have kids who can do calculus at the age of 5 but can't make up a story without consulting ChatGPT. When kids don't get free play, they grow into adults who don't know how to relax without feeling guilty. You ever met someone who can't sit still on a vacation? Yeah, that's what happens when free play is replaced with optimize every single second of your life.
Just chill out.
So, what do we do with all this? Well, here's the thing, our parents did the best they could with what they had, and their parents probably did the same. But if we want to break the cycle, we have to start recognizing these patterns in ourselves. Not with guilt, not with blame, but with curiosity. If you're still suffering from a weak childhood Wi Fi signal, it's not too late to rebuild your connection. Give yourself the attachment, the security, the emotional permission, and the play that you need that you might have missed out on. Start now, hug your inner child, let yourself feel, and for the love of all things holy, go play outside without turning it into a productivity exercise.